Listen closely, warrior. I am going to tell you a story about a truth the Empire tried to burn away. More than 1,000 years before Martok's reign, Kahless taught things that were written down, teachings that were copied, passed between warriors, studied reverently. Then the Hur'q came. They plundered Kronos. They took the sword of Kahless. They left the Empire on its knees. And in that moment of crisis, those who sought power saw their opportunity. A weakened people needed unity. Unity required strength. Strength required a single voice. At first, it was survival. Consolidate power, control the message, fight back against an enemy that had humiliated them. Perhaps that was even honorable. But survival became habit, and habit became doctrine. And by the time the Hur'q were gone, and the threat had passed, the control remained. Because control, once taken, is never willingly returned. When the order came to burn every copy, every scroll, every trace of the original teachings, the fires burned for 3 days on Kronos. Those who kept copies were called traitors and treated as such. One brave warrior monk refused to let it end there. He took what remained and sealed it in something the Hur'q had left behind. A munitions crate, built to survive the worst conditions of war. Whatever was designed to destroy was used instead to preserve. He moved through the dark, away from the city, carrying the crate into the Hur'q canyon system. Each step risked his life, but he did not stop. Deep underground, he buried it. He walked away knowing he would not return for it. Centuries passed. The city grew above it, darker with each generation. Then one day, a humble farmer unearthed it. He knew in his heart what it was. The farmer knew that his discovery must be brought to the clerics at Boreth, where Kahless was prophesied to return. However, Boreth was a long way from Kronos, and he was a simple farmer with no ship of his own. Nevertheless, the farmer would not be deterred. He set out with his slow but sturdy farming vehicle for the long trek to the spaceport. A freighter captain saw the weight of his purpose and gave him passage. After the long journey, he arrived at Boreth. They had been keeping the flame of Kahless for centuries. They knew what it was before he finished speaking. What all of them did took courage. The kind of courage that does not get songs written about it. The texts reached Chancellor Martok. What would the great Chancellor do? Release knowledge that could shake the foundation of the Empire, or bury it once more as those before him had done.